And imagine the game when it starts to conquer, and imagine when your finger starts to mimic it by playing with the game. And the moment he says, he just rushed out of his home and he took out his mobile and then he did, yes, Pokemon Go, yes, 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 I got it. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome, guests. I think most of us, at one point of time, we are on board with gaming. According to Council of Science and Human Health and Public Health of US, video game addicts likely to happen for children who starts playing video games right from their younger ages. More than 2 hours per day is considered to be an overuse. And different studies have actually shown that 15% of video gamers are addicted, which means if you have a 7 set of video game friends you are playing, 1% may be affected. So, what is the price we actually pay for? Our personal life, our professional life, our homework, hanging out with the family and playing with the friends, and of course, the food on time, eaten with the time, taste felt. And even the worrisome signs are the mood swings. At 1 second, you'll be much more jollier than the Santa Claus, but the next second, you are more angrier than the Hulk. So, my dear friends, here are the telltale signs of addictions. The first stage, you like a game, you keep on talking about your game, and then people will avoid you consciously because people know what you're going to say. The second stage, you'll be spending too much of conscious effort in your cell phone and computers on playing video games. And the last but not the least, you never get sleep at night. You will suddenly get up in the middle of the night and you will be like, oh, I did not get sleep. I need to finish this double of video game. And then you will start playing video game. So, this really affects our life, isn't it? So, here I'm going to talk about two of the real life events which is related to the video games addictions. Number 1, a guy in Virginia, by playing his favorite video game, forgot his 10-month-old twin kids in the bathtub, left unattended for 30 minutes, and they drowned. So later, that man was arrested for manslaughter. And in another case, a 15-year-old child in China ran away from home because their parents stopped him from video games because eventually the grades fell down for them. But later, that man committed suicide. So, what can we do? What can we do for them? Like, we have supports for alcoholism and drug addiction. There are numerous support groups in the internet which devotes the times for video games addiction, where people across the globe connect each other in the social media forum and they talk about their loved ones, about their video game addiction, and they figure out what they could do to their best by counseling them. Even some of the countries like China, USA and Netherlands, they have even set up a clinic in order to treat them for those who are in need. So, if you are, and if you're someone who love, are headed for video game addiction, what you can do actually? You can actually organize some events to wean away the addict in the making. Spending time away from computer and cell phones might help. Likewise, as we deny the bottles for a budding alcoholist. In the end, what really matters? What the glory? How much of glory it does adds in your CV by taking the final level of the video, by even forgetting your own kids in the bathtub. So, my dear friends, go out, live a real life and not some fantasies. Step out, play the games, flex your muscles, shake the leg, and you are likely to live longer. Over to you. Thank you, PM
Marzook for showing us the reality of the virtual world. Our next speaker. Have you guys heard of Superman? He is the IQ man of Medley. When I asked him about eavesdropping, he says, okay, still realizing IQ man? You can take your time. He said eavesdropping is fun if you are on the listening side of it. But once you have to talk something private, you should go somewhere private. Before I call Toastmaster Abhijith onto stage, I would like to request his evaluator, Toastmaster Janani, to read out the project objectives.
Toastmaster Abhijith is giving his CC5 from the Confident Communicators Manual. His objectives are: use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech's purpose. Make your body language smooth and natural. Timer, please note, this time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Toastmaster Abhijith. Dream on, Toastmaster Abhijith.
Dreams are not what you see when you sleep. Dreams are that which keeps you awake at night. This is a famous quote by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our former president and one of the greatest technocrats the country has ever seen. Toastmasters, guests and fellow dreamers, let me take you on a dream journey along with me. My earliest big dream in life, or the first mega project in my life, was when I was 6 years old. That was time when I used to walk to school. I used to have MiGs flying over my head. My dad worked in the Indian Air Force and I had the privilege of seeing MiGs flying over my head every day. So obviously, I dreamed of becoming a fighter pilot. One who would be the terror to the nation's enemies. One who would be killing them at any spot. And one who would ensure that the nation will be always protected. I was very serious about this dream. I read up on the dream. I found out that to become a pilot there are various means. And the first step as a child that I could do was to appear for the Sainik School entrance test at class 5. I did appear for the test. I cleared the test. I went for the interview stage. I cleared that as well. But the dream was broken when I appeared for the medical test. Don't look at my shape and compare that. The medical test failed me because I have something called as flat feet. Flat feet is a condition where there is no arch in your feet. Next time, when you are stepping out of the shower, when you put on your feet, and if there is no hollow space on the left side on your right foot, that means you have flat feet. Flat feet condition prevents you from taking on strenuous activities like running, jogging, or any kind of activity which are dependent upon your feet. So that is a strict no for any kind of military or police services. So at 1995, in class 5, my dream, which I had realized from class 1, lay broken on the floor. I was then searching for my next passion. Then came 1996, Wills World Cup, and Sachin Tendulkar happened to India. Every kid in India wanted to be Sachin Tendulkar. Every kid wanted to hit a straight six of Shane Warne or a hook shot of any fast bowler in the world. I also did that. 96, 97, I practiced all these shots. I tried to become the next Sachin, which Kohli is currently doing. But unfortunately, by 98, I realized that neither could I do the straight six, nor could I play a hook shot. So, obviously, cricket dream there lay shattered. 98 was the year when FIFA World Cup happened. Ronaldo came into my life. I wanted to be the footballer who was applauded by the world, not because of his bald head, but because of the skills with the ball. So, I tried to become the footballer. But unfortunately, neither was I a phenomenal striker, nor I could be a good midfielder, let alone be a goalkeeper who could save goals. So by the time 1999 came, I was having no clue what to do. It was a bigger problem to me than the Y2K problem that the world was facing at that time. Not a lot of you might remember that, but that was a serious problem in 1999. Ask around your parents for the young ones. So by 2000, I was clueless. 2005, I was clueless. 2010, I was clueless. 2017, I am still trying to figure out what is that dream, what is that passion that will drive me 100%, and if I were to achieve that, I would be content and happy with my life. You know, I have tried from being a chef, to a wine taster, to an engineer, to a blogger, to even somebody who would try to be a comedian, a stand-up comedian. But none of these were things that either I found myself to be very good at, nor were they going to pay me for a living, nor did the people who listened to these skills found that I would be very good at. So dreams do not mean that you have discovered your passion. You have to put in efforts to realize that dream into success or reality. The efforts can be in terms of working hard to get that dream fulfilled. It could be practice for a sportsman. It could be studying hard to become somebody like a doctor or an engineer. It could be getting a bit better at your skills if you are aiming for somebody who's requiring of a skill set like a professional speaker, or if you are somebody like a salesman, you could do a bit of training to encourage yourself to become better at that job. I have had few successes in my life. I have had few degrees added in my CV. I have had few bits of success in my personal life as well. I got married, I became a father. But whenever you are chasing your dreams and passions, do remember that you need to have a job to keep the bills paying. Dreams can be a good passion and driver for your emotions, but if you don't have a job to keep the bills paying, you will end up becoming a failure. Not upon yourself, but the society will label you as a failure. Because in today's society, one who does not earn good money, one who is not able to sustain his own living or take care of his family is deemed a failure. Even though you might have the dream to become the next space scientist for India and put on the GSLVs and PSLVs out into the space. But if you are not following that up with the work and effort required, along with a necessary job or something to make your earning sustainable during that period, people will label you as failures, and that will be a big disappointment and step back in your life, which will push you behind. So ensure that when you find your passion, when you discover your dream, you keep putting efforts in that direction, but at the same time, don't forget your professional journey. You should have a backup plan. Your backup plan should have a backup plan. Your backup plan should have more backup plans. Because that is why there are 26 alphabet. It's not plan A, plan B. You can develop plans up to Z. So ensure that dreams are there and you put in your efforts and ensure that those efforts result into successes. Till then, you are never too old to dream a new dream. Dream on and dream on till you realize that you wake up one day and realize the world that you have woken up into is better than the dreams that you have had. That is when you can define yourself to be successful. That is successful to me. So till then, people, dream on. Go to